Okay, please welcome Charleston head coach Pat Kelsey.
I don't know exactly how many this is for me as a player and coach. I've been very fortunate to go to quite a few national tournaments, but it never, ever, ever gets old. Count your blessings. The Lord's blessed me in an unbelievable way to work at a world-class institution for unbelievable people that care about student athletes, that care about basketball in one of the most magnificent cities in the country. And the opportunity to bring a team representing that school in that city here is something that I'm very, very proud of and very fortunate to be here.
In the back, please.
Andrew Miller, Post and Courier. Pat, without giving away too many secrets and not having to kill me after the press conference, you guys like to take a lot of threes. They're a very good three-point defending team. What are you guys going to try to do out there tomorrow?
You remember the old commercial, the Holiday Inn Express? When they asked them, I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. That's what I start thinking when I start watching them on tape. They are one of the elite defenses in the United States. They're big, they're physical, they're a veteran group that knows their system very well. Brian is an extraordinary coach, the architect of the Fab Five, which is really, really cool. I'm looking forward to meeting him because it's one of the greatest recruiting classes in the history of the school. But yeah, it's interesting that one of their major strengths counterbalances kind of what one of our strengths are. We don't go into any game saying we're shooting a lot of threes. You know, it's just because of our style of play and our pace, we generate those type of shots. I think we've proven throughout the course of the season that we can play different ways and different styles, and we've proven that we can win games against, you know, teams that have this strength and this weakness. I know one thing, it's not going to be easy. They're very good. We've had a couple really good days of preparation. And again, I can't tell you all the little things we're working on to try to counteract that, but yeah, we got our work cut out for us. We're excited about the challenge and the opportunity.
WCIV out of Charleston. One of the strengths of your team has been really the depth all season long. Any guy can go off on any given night. With that being said, also kind of a strength for the Aztecs. So how do you go about game planning or really preparing for a team where any certain player can have a night?
Yeah, very interesting that we're similar in a lot of ways. I mentioned that they're a veteran team, so are we. You just mentioned that they're a deep team, so are we. You know, we play 10 guys, they play 10 guys. So you know, and they, I don't know this because I haven't talked to Brian about this, but when you just watch tape and you just squint your eyes, it jumps off of the tape that physicality and toughness and how hard they play is a hallmark of their system. And I have a lot of respect and appreciation for that because guess what? That's something that we pride ourselves on. You know, we have a tough group that's tenacious, that plays very, very hard, that prides themselves on a lot of the things that they pride themselves on. So it's going to be two veteran teams that are tough and that are deep going head-to-head, and I think it'll be a great matchup for a national television audience to enjoy. I'll be a nervous wreck for that entire 40 minutes, but you guys can go ahead and have a good time and enjoy it.
In the back.
We were just talking to the Mark Ziegler, San Diego Union Tribune. We were just talking to the players. Will you hang on the rim today in the open practice?
If my players ask me to, I'll do anything. So if they want me to go hang on the rim, I'll hang on it. The little secret is it's carefully manipulated video. People think I go up with my vertical leap. I actually pull myself up on the net and then grab that bad boy. I'm 47, so you could excuse me for that little bit of a crutch that I use there. But heck yeah, I'll go up and do it. Why not?
On a more serious note, they switch five a lot. Because they have Nathan Mensah. What do you see on tape? How often do you see that? And have you seen anybody this year that does it like they do and to the level that they do it? And how do you counteract that?
Well, I don't know if many people do it to the level they do it. That's why they're one of the elite defenses in the country. You mentioned Mensah. I think he's two-time back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year in the conference. He's long. He's athletic. He's one of those very, very interesting bigs that can switch onto a 1 through 5 and guard him, right? Because he can move his feet, he deflects, and they seem like they got a team full of guys that can do that. light-size guys with a lot of length that can guard a bunch of different positions. Throughout our however many games it is, 34 games or whatever that we played some teams that have had that type of scheme where they did a little bit more switching. And Brian, like I said, just does an unbelievable job with their strategy in terms of what they do on pick and rolls, because they'll do different things. They keep you off balance. They keep you guessing. So, we're going to have to be really good in our system. We're going to have to be on it, on our offensive principles, and to be able to generate open shots. They make it difficult, and we've been working on it. We'll be ready.
Hey, Pat, Scott Eisberg, Channel 4 in Charleston. Bob was saying in the last press conference for Furman, he wants his team to, play hard, play with urgency, but enjoy and take in every moment of this experience. Do you want that, or do you want this to feel like a road trip in January to Towson in Delaware, where it's just a normal road trip?
A little of both, because one, we pride ourselves on consistency. Scott, you've been in many, many press conferences, and I said this is as buttoned up, professional, mature of a team as I've ever coached. And I don't think I'll ever coach a team like this again with this type of special makeup. Doesn't matter if it's a film session in November or a film session getting ready for a national tournament game against a top 25 team in San Diego State. Our guys have the same leaning forward, attention to detail mentality. We talk about road excellence. That's a big thing for us. When we go on the road, we have road excellence. That starts with how you pack your bags. You put 2 pair of defense in it. Whether it's your mentality on the bus, when you get to the hotel, just having a professionalism about you. And we're going to stay consistent with that. But heck yes, smell the roses. Heck yes, get above the trees and realize how lucky we are to this dais, to be sitting up here right now. I tell recruits, I'll sit there and I'm in a meeting with them in my office, and I go, pretend this is a dais with a bunch of microphones and a name tag right there with a bunch of microphones out there. And I thought the players would be sitting next to me because I thought we're all out here at the same time. I don't know. And I told them, sorry for doing this. I said, I'm going to nudge you. I'm going to lean over to you, and I'm going to go, I told you this is where we'd be. Right? So, heck yeah, man, I want them to enjoy the fact that they're here right now. The open practice, that's one of the cool things. My dad took me in 1987. Indiana was playing in the regional finals. Riverfront Coliseum got me out of school to go down and watch the open practice. And he actually got me out of practice or school to go watch Pete Rose go for his 4,000th hit when he was playing for the Montreal Expos. And Sister Rosemary Carmen asked him, "You're going to take him out of school to go down and watch the Reds game?" And he said, "Sister, he could either sit here and learn history, or he could go down to the ballpark and see it in person." So just cool that we get to take part in this open practice and all this stuff. Heck yes. Is there going to be butterflies? Yeah, but there's going to be butterflies for San Diego State too. But as you get into the flow of the game, into that second war, third war, you settle in. It's just any other game.
Go ahead in the back.
You just mentioned butterflies. San Diego State's a roster full of guys who played in, many of them, 2 NCAA tournament games. You have one guy, I believe, who has. Does experience matter in this tournament? And if it does matter, how do you overcome not having it?
I just think the fact that we have older guys really, really helps. Dalton Bolin, All-American at the D2 level, played at the national tournament in D2. Is it exactly the same? No, but those are pretty darn high stakes. Same thing with Pat Robinson. The core of guys that came in with us when we got the job here last year, they're no longer sophomores, they're juniors. They've been through so many wars, they've started so many games. And this team has proven to me that no moment is too big for them. Experience always matters, but you met those guys. You saw them up here. Ryan Larson has played in the national tournament, won a game in the national tournament. Dalton's not scared of anything. Right? He's not scared of anything. I mean, that kid is one of the most unique characters that I've ever been around. Extraordinary young men with unbelievable character, but he's wired a little different now. Like, he might have started talking crap to you guys before he got off the dais. I don't know. But, no, those guys will be ready for the moment. We're excited about the challenge and the opportunity.
4 minutes remaining in the press conference. Final questions for Coach Kelsey, right here.
I want to ask you about Agueka Rope, a guy who doesn't have big numbers on San Diego State. I don't know if you noticed him when you were watching film, kind of a do-it-all player. Is he kind of your type of player? I mean,
Brian recruits my type of players. They're tough as crap. I don't know if I can say that. Can I say that? Tough as nails.
I'm okay.
You know, and I've enjoyed watching them. They're not fun to prepare for because they're really, really good, but, you know, they got guys that eat gravel for breakfast, man. And those are the type of players that can wear a Charleston jersey as well.
Final question? Okay, thank you, Coach Kelsey. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com. Transcripts are provided by ASAP, and they'll be posted shortly. Thank you for joining us.